What do you think of the red rake?
I think the
Welcome back to the Fisher Family Farm. I'm Peyton Fisher, and on today's video, my neighbor has commissioned me in the fab shop to create a rake slash scraper slash thingy to be able to take it over his field that he just put in just right next door to me. So we are going to be putting this together. Now, mind you, this is to mitigate trying to buy a $5,000 machine. So I have no idea how this is going to go. We're going to give it a shot though. And we're going to have to mount it to the back of this guy, which we don't fully know yet how we're going to do this. So let's go for it. I've got these guys laid out so I can start to work on getting my measurement right here on getting these little corner pieces cut. Now, I don't want to damage the golf cart when I'm hooking this to this, so I'm just going to create a little platform right here that I'm going to screw those bolts on the back side, and then I'm going to be able to put a plate right here and hook him right on top. Now it's time to drill some holes in this to get it mounted up. Okay, then now we've got this plate on. This is going to be the plate that attaches to. And I did this so we didn't have to drill anything into the actual bumper because I didn't want to blemish the owner's golf cart here. Oh yeah. Now that I've got this hole here cut in, I am going to put the same hole in the exact same spot on these guys, and then we'll be able to fan out and get that angle. Put our pin through. Maybe. Now I've got my marks, my measurements right here at 5 inches on both sides to keep this nice and even and aesthetically pleasing. To that. See, we got to get them with enough pressure down that they really grab the ground. Yeah. So we can't put them on just like flat.
What's up? Most beautiful man there ever was, right there.
It's true.
Right there.
Now we've got our arms just temporary tacked on. So we've got to figure out where we want to have our brushes, which are going to be butted right up next to each other. And we're going to get these holes in here with the blowtorch because they are too big for my drill press. We've got both of our holes cut out here now to where we can place our brooms. All right, the brooms are on. Swivels really nicely, so when they're turning, it will work. Now we've got this. Now we're gonna really want these guys to be digging into the ground to really help smooth that stuff out. So we're gonna take these plastic poles off, and we're gonna put these metal poles on right here. All right, I have a total moronic moment that I have literally been like smashing this as hard as I could. Well, it won't actually reach. So we need to raise our bed. There it goes. All right, now I just need 2 of these. Hook these babies up. Now when I weld these, I'm gonna make sure that is welded as tight as I possibly can because I want that rake here, I want there to be pressure downwards on this rake because we're probably gonna put some sort of a weight right here after we go do a trial run on this just to see how it's starting to work out on the AstroTurf. Now I've got this on the lowest heat setting here because that is some pretty thin steel and I don't want to blow through it. So we're gonna give that a try first and see how that goes. Before we add weights on the bottom, I want to go give this thing a shot. Now, I don't know if it's going to fall apart because I just tacked everything together on this. I live in the most beautiful place in the world. We have arrived. That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, holding that, driving that far down the road. All right, Matt, what do you think?
Looks awesome.
Do you think it's actually going to work?
No.
What do you think we'll have to do to make it better? So we could put weights right on this. All right, moment of truth. First try with the grass sweeper scraper. I think it does need a little weight on it. I'll grind the rakes off. I'll put them at more of an angle. We decided we want the rakes at more of an angle. So I'm gonna cut these welds off, and then I'm gonna put a block under this.
To raise it?
Yep, and shoot them down at the ground a little bit more. And then we'll try that before we put any weight on there. We just want more pressure on the actual rakes into the ground. Okay, that won't be hard. I grind it, zip. We found this cinder block.
Got it?
Yep. Okay, just don't go too fast. Oh my gosh, of course that's what you do. Yeah, I mean, it's pushing a lot harder on the grass. It's kicking everything up. Back to the shop for version 2. We're back at the shop, and these guys, instead of grinding them off, I'm just gonna torch these off real quick with the torch, and we're gonna get a bigger angle. That way they grab harder on the grass. A little bit of grinding to just smooth this up. Now that these guys are off, what I think I'll do is put that block under here and get this set up in the air. That way we can adjust these angles. 2 pieces like that, and then I'll put a piece here at the end and a piece here at the end. All right, I've got this guy very crudely tacked together. Just again, and I emphasize that I just want to try this out to see if I like the weight. I don't want to spend a bunch of time on it if it's not going to work. All right, I'm going to knock this block out under here to see what this does for the rakes, which is exactly what I wanted it to. It's really bending down on those rakes. You can see there's a lot of play in this because it's putting a lot of stress on those rakes. Let's sit this honker down there. What she's gonna do. That thing is a lot harder to move now that it's getting all that steel on there. Here, this is the last version. All right, Matt saved the day. I forgot my bolt over at the house. So let's lift that baby up. Yeah, she's grabbing the grass hard this time.
Yeah.
Ah, there it is.
Dude, yeah.
That's what we need. You see all the things popping up?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, we kind of had an accident. This is leaving in lots of pieces. So gonna go back home and weld the crap out of this. Now we know we like the weight. You like it?
It's amazing.
What I'm doing is I'm getting everything set up exactly how I want to see it done, and then I'm grinding all of the exact spots because the model is now a little bit different than what I had before. So we just want to make sure I've got some really good grind points, some really good clean spots, so my welds are going to hold really, really well, because this thing is going to take a beating over there on the field. All right, guys, we've got red and we've got green. Now, I really wanted to do a blend of 2 colors so I could do some two-tone. That's not gonna happen because I don't want this to look like a Christmas themed grass smoother outer. So I want to know which color you would choose. You're about to find out which color I'm choosing. Now, if we run out of red, you still may see some green on this piece of equipment here. Now, before I'm gonna paint this guy, I figured I'd do like a durability test on it. So I'm going to just kind of like push it off the side of this. Yeah, I mean, the guy's pretty solid if he's gonna handle to that. So let's go ahead and put him on the painting block. Now I've got this lined up here. I'm gonna go ahead and get these tacked in here, here, and there, and then we're gonna set this guy on and get those guys cut out. All right, I didn't like the lineup of how those rakes were, so I noticed that I misjudged my line here on these guys. Because I'm trying to build this literally standing up in the air, it is really hard to get things to line up. So I cut this weld off. I'm gonna re-weld this up just a little bit higher, grind that off, make it look clean. All right, the next step is to get our cinder block set on here, and we're gonna weld him all the way this time. No more just spot welding. All right, so that keeps catching on fire. All right, we need just a bit of grinding. All right, it's been a couple of hours. We've got this guy. We've got the red rake looking pretty good. What do you think of the red rake?
I think the paint job is amazing.
Oh man.
Look at that.
But now it has to be usable though. That's the thing. If I would have been thinking, I would have painted that brick red. As soon as we set it in there, I was like, oh no, I needed a red brick.
Yeah, now I'm not paying for it.
Uh-oh, does it fit?
Oh, I scratched the paint.
Oh, I get charged extra for that. Okay, let's see it. Take it around. Oh, I turned it off. You told me to do that. Hold on. Right now. Do you guys think it's gonna break?
No, I think it's great.
Do you think it'll break?
Nope.
All right. Now the pressure's on. I told them that they needed to use it really hard, and when it does break, because it probably will, just the way that that back piece is on, vibrating a little bit, those welds are probably gonna break on there. All right, is it working?
It's working.
All right, now when it breaks, you gotta tell me. Because those welds, the pipes on the rakes are so thin, I just couldn't get a good weld on those. It just kept blowing through. So we might have to just switch it out for like a solid metal pole.
Yeah, solid metal.
Yeah. And then the way that that guy's bouncing, the way that this guy's bouncing right here, like I welded that thing on there, but it's still, you know, doing this hundreds and hundreds of times. All right, are you a satisfied customer?
Satisfied.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna get back to work on the farm. We'll see you guys on the next video.